Hey, happy Friday. I know it's been a minute, right? It was my daughter's birthday, so I had to get focused. And before that was my goddaughter's birthday. I had to be focused for that too. So I am here, and I hope you all have been well. And so I just want to come on here and talk about um, growth in relationships. And so, no, I'm not no relationship expert. I'm not ready to sit here and act like this. And these are just things that I have noticed for myself and things that I've been through. And so I wanted to say that sometimes as you're growing, you're going to leave people behind. And I'm talking to myself too, because I struggled with this, struggled. I have a friend in Arizona who I have talked to her about this. I think it's almost 10 years. 10 years. I'm like, but these people are so close to me. Me going on and on and on and on. And she be like, well, sooner or later it's going to come to the end. Like that, she just plain and simple, sooner or later it's going to come to the end. And recently, I realized that everybody ain't going to be able to go. And this is not just me talking about like where I'm going in my career and all that. I'm even talking about spiritually. Everybody ain't gonna be able to go. And it hit me like a ton of bricks just a couple of weekends ago, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, man, like everybody can't, because there are some things that I just don't dabble in no more. There are things that I don't do that everybody else do, right? I'm not the kind of person, like I don't want all my business on Instagram or anywhere. Like I just don't, like that's just not who I am. And so I realized like, yo, everyone ain't gonna be able to go. And it's heartbreaking. And there is a grief process that actually comes with that. There's a whole grief process that comes with that. And it's not like you got to be like, peace out. You ain't my cup of tea no more. Like, that's just toxic. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. Right? But there will be a parting eventually. Right? And you can love them to death. You can pray for them. All those things are still possible, right? It's not like it's not possible. You may even see them once in a blue. That's not like it's not possible, but you do know that sometimes it's time to part ways. And like I said, it's just not friendships and work. That's a whole nother thing, right? Work, like sometimes it's time to move on. Relationships, romantic ones, sometimes it's like, all right, we done outgrew this. Like, how long are we gonna do this? Like, how long are we gonna do this? How long are we not gonna be following each other on Instagram because we don't want, like, that's wild. That's crazy. Like, anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. Whatever, do what y'all want. But the point of this all comes down to you have to recognize when it's time to let go of some things. You have to recognize when it's time to move on. You cannot, I mean, you can stay where you are, right? But that's weird. Like, you 40 something years old staying where you were when you were 20. That's wild. Whatever. But with everything should be some growth, right? Spiritually, you should see some fruit in somebody, producing good fruit, you should say, right? And you should be able to see growth in people, right? The way they react, the way they move, the way they conversate, all that should be growth, right? And some things will stay the same. Like my friends, listen, I'm consistent across the board. How I treat that person is how I'm gonna treat this person. It don't make me no never mind. No, never mind, right? And so for me, it's a little different, but because that's just who I am. My friends know exactly who I am. They'll be like, oh, that's just Pam. I'm not sugarcoating nothing for nobody. I'm not trying to be polite or like, I'm not always trying to do that. That's just not who I am. I am who I am. Who you see is who you're going to get. I'm very upfront about it. But I think when it comes down to like growth and friendships and all that, you have to be able to say, oh, it's time to move on. Because you staying in, it's almost like you trying to fit like old wine in a new wine. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And so embrace your change. Embrace who you are becoming. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Love it. And you know what? People who are your real friends, they're not going to be mad at it. They're just going to be like, listen, she doing her thing. I'm doing my thing. You know, if it's meant to be, we'll link up. If it's not, we won't, right? Like, it is what it is. But I think when we talk about growth, we don't think about the grief that comes with it. The grief of that sometimes these friendships are going to come to the end, and it's hard. It is hard. Sometimes those romantic relationships are going to end, and it's hard. Sometimes you have to leave a job you've been at for 15 years. It is hard. So I say, in this season, get back to you. What do you need? What is going to help you move forward? What's going to help you grow? Focus on you. And find you a community that supports that growth. And so, anyway, I hope you all have a blessed weekend. And I hope this was a little helpful for you. All right, bye.